Hi everyone! I'm here today with a Would You Rather BookTube edition tag. It is an old tag, I think it was around a couple of years ago, but I decided to do it anyway because it sounded interesting for me and I've never done it before. So yeah, I decided to do it. And I've seen it on Little Book Owl's channel, and originally this tag was created by Ray K Books. I'm sorry if I said that wrong, but I couldn't find the link to the original video or just the channel of the creator of this tag, so I can't really leave the link to it, unfortunately. At first, I want to say that I moved to a new place, that's why you can see the new background, and I am wearing my pajamas. Hopefully you don't mind it much, but pajamas is the most comfortable clothes that you can ever wear, so I don't want to take it off today because I'm staying at home all day because it's coldish outside. Let's get started with the questions. The first question: would you rather read only trilogies or standalones? I would prefer to read only standalones because that's what I usually read, and I'm not a huge fan of trilogies or series, especially if I'm not a huge fan of the trilogy or series and I have to read it because I don't like my series not to be finished, if it makes sense. But if it is obviously one of my favorite series or trilogies, I would always love to continue on with it. But in general, if I only had to choose, I would only read standalones because I just like one-time story instead of continuing in it from one book to another one. And also, in terms of buying books, I probably wouldn't even buy the first book from the series because it means that if I like it, I'd have to buy more books from this trilogy or series, which I will not be happy with. So yeah, definitely standalones. Would you rather read only female or male authors? I don't mind too much. Most of the time I don't really even pay attention to the gender of the author, so I don't really care about it as much. But sometimes though, I prefer reading books written by male authors more, because in my mind sometimes the books which are written by female authors could be more like sentimental. But I do read a lot of books by female authors as well. If I had to choose one, I would choose male authors. And would you rather shop on Amazon or Barnes and Noble? Sorry if I said that wrong because I've never seen that shop. I think it is set in America and I've never been there. But I can't really answer to these questions because I've never bought books from either of those shops, and I've never bought anything online by myself because I don't know, it just hasn't ever happened. If I buy books, it's usually Waterstones or like local bookshops. Would you rather all books to become movies or TV shows? That's an interesting question, because if it is a series of books or a trilogy, that would be so much better if it was a TV show, because many things won't be cut off or anything. You can still see every single thing in details and stuff like that. But if it's a standalone, I would obviously want it to be just a film. But considering that I much prefer reading standalones, it might make more sense if I say that I would prefer all the books to become films, as the opposite of TV shows. But if it is my favorite book or my favorite series or trilogy, I would much rather prefer it to be a TV show instead of a film. Would you rather read 5 pages per day or 5 books a week? I've never been able to read 5 books a week because I don't read that fast. But I don't want to read 5 pages per day because that's not enough for me. So if I had to choose, I would still choose 5 books a week. But that would be so much more interesting, and it would mean that I would be able to read all the books that I want to read much quicker than I do. So yeah, 5 books per week. Would you rather be a professional reviewer or author? I've tried to write some things in my life, but I never finished them, but I was so excited about it. and I still at some point want to start writing something. Out of these two, I would choose to be a professional reviewer, although I would struggle with it as well because sometimes I can't pull my thoughts together and make a nice professional review. I was never able to do it, and it would be stressful for me because I would be reading a book and then I would know that I would have to write a review or do a review on this book, so that could be stressful for me if it was my job. It's really difficult actually. I don't know. I'm not sure if I would be able to have enough imagination to create many books. Let's just say I'd rather be an author. Would you rather read only your 20 favorite books over and over, or only the books that you've never read before? I would like to read the books that I've never read before, even though sometimes I really like going back to the books that I enjoyed and I want to reread them. But if I only was able to read 20 books that I have read, I would much prefer to read the books that I haven't ever read, because it is so many more books and I would be interested in that instead of rereading the same books all over and again. I would get bored of them. Definitely the books that I haven't ever read before. Would you rather be a librarian or a bookseller? I would rather be a bookseller because I like new books. I like brand new books, and I like how I love bookshops as well. I like spending time in them. So for me, working in a bookshop, being a bookseller would be much more interesting than working in a library. If I can't find a job as a bookseller, I would be happy to be a librarian because it's still with books and I love being surrounded by books, so that would be perfect for me anyway. Would you rather read only your favorite genre or every genre but your favorite? Well, considering I don't even have a favorite genre, I would go with any genre but my favorite. It means that I can read any genre and I would still be happy with it, because I can read anything or almost anything and be happy with it. So yeah, any genre but my favorite. Would you rather only read physical books or e-books? I would much rather read physical books, because sometimes reading on my e-reader, my eyes get tired and it's not the same thing. You can't see the cover all the time. I don't know, it's just so much nicer reading a physical book as the opposite of the e-book, because you can touch it, you can look at it all the time, you can see the books that you have read, the pretty books that you are going to read on your shelves and things like that. It's just so much nicer. It's just so much nicer to buy a physical book and read it and have it in your possession. So definitely physical books. That's it for this tag. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to tag 2 people. I will leave the links to their channels down below, and I will look forward to them making this video. Thank you for watching. Bye!